How to advocate with your elected officials. My name is Leslie Ann Ezell, the Executive Director of Area Board 9 on Developmental Disabilities and narrator of this DVD. To serve the people they represent, elected officials want to hear from you, their constituents, about important issues affecting your lives. By making your voices heard, you show that you are active members of your communities and engaged in the political process. Communicating how you feel about public policy and proposed laws is your right. In this video, advocates, families, and community members use Think, Plan, Do. Think, Plan, Do, and the companion workbook can help you make plans to visit, call, write, or email your representatives. The lives of people with developmental disabilities and their families can be deeply affected by changes in local or state laws, by regulations or shifts in service policies. Because legislators are elected to represent you, meeting personally with them, calling, or writing emails and letters are important ways to assure your views are heard. Making an individual visit to your elected official. Meeting with your legislator or representative can be done as an individual or with a small group. Here is Eddie to show how he made a visit to his legislator. Think. Before the visit, Eddie thinks about a proposed employment law he has learned about. He wants to share how personal experience demonstrates why passing the proposed law is important. Plan. Eddie reviews the workbook to plan his visit. He decides on a brief statement he wants to present during the visit and practices what to say. He has important views to share on key issues. Do. Eddie calls the legislator's office for an appointment. He is scheduled to meet with the legislator's staff member. He knows his meeting is for 20 minutes, so he keeps his statement and personal examples brief and focused. Eddie gives the legislator's staff person a copy of his statement. He listens and takes notes on what the staff person says. He leaves his contact information. Eddie thanks the staff member for the visit. He follows up by sending a thank you email. Making a group visit to your elected official. Connie, Eddie, and Leslie Ann show how they made a successful visit to their legislator's office. Think. Before the visit, the group meets to think about an issue that is most important to them and how they would discuss their position. They research key points about a proposed law they want to talk about. They discuss the bill and take notes on how it would affect them and their community. The group decides that Connie will be the spokesperson for the group, at the meeting. Plan. The group uses their workbook, How to Advocate with Your Elected Officials, to plan their visit and identify whether they support or oppose a proposed law or bill, and the bill number and author. They also include personal experience, how their lives are affected by the issue, ideas or suggestions. Do. Leslie Ann calls to schedule a brief appointment with the legislator. She tells the office staff person there will be 3 people attending. She gives a summary of the issue they would like to discuss. Because the legislator is in a long session at the Capitol, the group agrees to meet with the legislator's staff person, Stephanie. The group arrives at the meeting professionally dressed, prepared, and ready to discuss their issue. Connie, the spokesperson, shares the group's statement with Stephanie. Each group member briefly shares how the bill affects their life and why it is important to them. They ask questions, listen to the legislator's staff person, and take notes. At the end of the meeting, they thank the staff person for meeting with them. Leslie Ann follows up by sending an email thanking the legislator and the staff person. Making a phone call and sending an email. Here is Missy to show how she used Think, Plan, Do to express her views by making a call and sending an email to her legislator. Think. Missy begins by studying the issue important to her. She finds out which legislators represent her. Missy thinks of questions she has and what she needs to learn about. Does she know her issue well enough to comment clearly on it? Does her legislator share her point of view? What is the legislator's voting record on other issues important to her? Plan. Missy decides to call and send an email to her legislator's office about proposed law or bill that is important to her. Missy wants to share her story so her legislator sees how the bill will affect her life. She uses the back page of the workbook to take notes and stay organized. She takes time to prepare and practice what to say, being brief and respectful while explaining the impact on her and others in her community. She also works with a support person about questions she may be asked. Taking time, being organized and prepared helps her be calm and focused. Do. Missy calls her legislator's office and says who she is and whom she represents. She reads her statement slowly and carefully. She waits to hear comments from the legislator's staff person. When finished, Missy thanks the person and gives her contact information. Missy also decides to follow up her phone call by sending an email. She wants her legislator to have a record of her statement. With her completed workbook, it is easy to write the email about the issue. Group phone call and email regarding an assembly bill. If a group shares the same concerns about a proposed law, bill, or issue, they can share their views as one voice to their elected officials. Think. The group begins by researching the assembly bill they want to discuss with their legislator. They find the bill number and who the author of the bill is. Plan. The group uses the resource list in the workbook to help them locate their legislator. They use the workbook to help them decide the key points to discuss with their legislator. They select a spokesperson, Lisa, to make the phone call and send the thank you email on their behalf. Do. Each member of the group completes their own workbook. Lisa makes the call to the legislator. She is prepared, so she is brief. After the call, Lisa follows up with an email. Be prepared to advocate with your elected officials. Learn about the current issues. Participate in workshops, meetings, and trainings. Build relationships. Know your neighbors and community members. Join support groups and organizations with others who share your interests and concerns. Build and maintain a relationship with your elected officials. Get involved and advocate together. Reach out, learn from others, and express your views. Learn about the issues. Let your legislators know that you are informed, ready to take action, and find solutions.
If they have an issue, they can talk to the person about the issue, letting them know about what is wrong with the idea or what is right with the idea.
These are really important issues, and now let's take it to Senator Pavley to go and discuss it.
My suggestion would be to open up, do not be afraid. Open up, be in the game.
It's important to know your legislator because you can, when it comes to talking about different issues and bills, they'll remember you and vote and work on the bill that will help everybody. But it's also important to see what they're working on and what they support, and then you guys can work as one team.